Hello everybody, welcome to the Bales Hay Farm and Ranch. I am Trevor Bales. Yes, my last name is Bales. I know I missed a week of videos. This has probably been one of the most stressful years and difficult years that I've had. Which it's funny to think about. Every year feels difficult when you're in it. You're always thinking, wow, this year's tough, this year's hard. But then looking back, and last year seemed very easy. Year before that, other than the hours worked, we put in a lot of hours, but just the circumstances of what we're dealing with this year is difficult, which makes last year seem easy. Last year we didn't get any rain. We actually had a record heat. Which for us means we just don't stop making hay. We make hay every day and we don't have to worry about anything. This year though, lots of storms, lots of rain, lots of problems. Anyways, why don't we start with the hay equipment? Sorry, it's bright out here. You get sunglasses. Standing behind me are two small John Deere with cab rake tractors. So these tractors actually used to pull the balers. And I was spending a lot, we've got two other tractors that we used to pull the rakes with, but they didn't have cabs. Now I used to spend a lot of time raking hay, and I finally got sick and tired of pulling bugs out of my teeth and being hot or cold. And I said, I'm not doing this anymore. So I told my dad, Dad, sir, please, I would like some cab tractors. So we got some new ones, pulled these ones off the balers. The balers actually got updated. The baler tractors got updated. They're used John Deere tractors as well. So, but cabs, got air conditioning, no bugs in the face, and heaters. So it made my life easier. And again, two-wheel drive. Look at those little tiny tires. I guess you guys want to see inside of them. Pretty basic. Not sure what the hours are on them. Here's the rakes they're pulling. These are Darf wheel rakes. The rake that won the West, copied by the rest. I don't really know. We've ran these, I think we've had 4 or 5 sets of Darfs. They work well for us. I am a little interested in changing things up for the steamers, and I'll talk, that's a different subject, I guess. But anyways, these Darf rakes, these spread out, and then these wheels open up. They do make a rake that is all hydraulic driven. Now the hydraulics pick this up and they spread it out, but by hand, we have to manually open these. We pull these pins, and then you pull these out, and then you drop the pin in the desired hole of where the setting you want the rake at. Now they do make them to where this is done hydraulically, but they're quite a bit more expensive. It was just, we've always done it this way, so why spend more money? And we'll just continue to do it the way we've always done it. So that's the rake tractors. Any questions on rake tractors? I don't know the horsepowers. They're pretty small tractors. So here's the little tractors that I bought through an auction that were that replaced the two we just looked at. They were pretty low hours, and they're nice. They're nice tractors, so we snagged them up. Now, this is what's crazy to think about. So that one's actually still kind of small. The other ones are 62. That's a 61. Anyways, this is what's crazy. I paid more for these used tractors at auction than they were brand new. That's what the market has done for equipment that does not have emissions. So I bought these post emissions. People do not want emission tractors, plus two-wheel drive tractors are sometimes hard to come by. So these cost more as used equipment than they did brand new, which I find interesting. This tractor actually has this baler setup has a demo scale, which is pretty cool. It comes with quite a big screen compared to the other setups we have, which I'll show you in a minute. This tracks every bale you make, and it adds up the weights of all the hay, and it puts it on. You can put a memory, or what do you call those little disc of what a little memory stick on it, and it can transfer that. So if you're custom harvesting, you can use this scale, and you can do it by weight, which is how we do it over here, versus by acre, which I'm sure a lot of people might do it by acre. Yeah, here's the control panel for the PTO baler. Doesn't have a whole lot to it. Motorized baler has a lot more. This tractor's pretty sweet. It has a buddy seat. So here is the second baler. So that's the motorized baler. We'll look at the balers next. This baler has been in the fleet for a while. So it's a lot more basic. Doesn't have the sweet fancy buddy seat. Now here is the scale system for the scales that we use. This what we use on we've used for a long time. I don't know as much about it. I mean, it says print. Apparently you can do some cool stuff, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know much about the other one. But here's the control system for the motorized baler. Fuel, because it has its own little diesel motor on it. You can rev it up, slow it down. There's a clutch you disengage. And the pressure, about the only thing similar to the PTO baler is the pressure and the pickup head. Now this swings out because it's not following the PTO shaft. We can swing that head actually pivots in and out. So you pivot in and out, throttle, clutch, disengage, engage a clutch. The pressure, lights up and down, and the flake counter, which the PTO baler has a flake counter as well. You guys, it is humid. I know you're gonna say, oh my gosh, what is it, 20%? No, it's probably like 75% because it rained half an inch. God, it sucks. It's better outside than in the cab. So here is the motorized baler. It's pretty old. I think it's got close to 4,000 hours on it. There's a little Deutz, air-cooled diesel motor. Motors are pretty, we hardly ever have to work on the motor itself. It's kind of nice. It's always other things we're working on. Recently the exhaust actually broke. I was doing a video and I was saying, man, I don't remember this motor being so loud. Well, the exhaust manifold had cracked, so that's why it was so loud. Does this say the hours on it somewhere? Yeah. 4,600 hours on that, on this baler. Here's the Terra system scale system that we've used for a long time. It works well. It does take a little bit of fabricating we've done. You can see this is where let's see, this used to be right here. This whole thing is shifted over and we've pushed over, so now that bale pushes, it can fall off and sit there, and then that bale pushes it off. The way it used to sit, that bale wouldn't push it, would come alongside it. So we've had to slide this over and push that bale off. I get a lot of phone calls and emails about that. I'm always taking pictures and sending people pictures of that specific setup with the Terra system. Now here's the demo system we have. It actually bolts right to it. It's pretty sweet. It's very simple. That's the company. You can look them up. Real nice guys. But anyways, it bolts right on. The guy that brought it over, the scale is actually in here, and it sits higher. There's quite a gap between here and there versus that. So I really like this new scale. It's quite a bit more expensive, but when you look at how many times we've ripped that off and the amount of work it takes to attach that and the amount of work that this takes, and it has not been ripped off, this might be more cost effective. We are now to the fence. I still haven't driven these tractors by myself. I've ridden in them a few times. Air ride cabs. You can hear it just from opening the door. Grabbing the cab, it changed air pressure. Remember the interior of the other tractor I just showed you? Look at all this stuff. Here's this is the scale. This tells us how much the bales weigh. This is a Gujic,
This tells us the moisture level inside the bale, which these have been around for a while. This is the brakes, because the steamer is heavy, so it has its own brakes. Here's our camera setup, because we cannot see much past the steamer. Like we can't see anything going on with the baler. So we have cameras set up around the baler. This controls the baler. This controls the steamer. And this is our tractor. This is a pretty sweet cell phone holder. You pull that out, boom, cell phone pops into it. This is how you do stuff. I still don't fully understand it. Maybe play some Halo or something in here. So far, these guys love these tractors. They're air ride, and the cab is also air ride, so they're smooth. These guys really like them, so they're happy. That makes me happy.
Here we are at the steamer. Now the steamer, this is the first year they were manufactured and sold. Last year they had them as demos. The big steamer, so there's two different sizes. Their big steamer, which I don't know what the numbers are, and then here's a small steamer, which is a 331. The big steamer runs off of diesel. It's got a diesel motor in it, generator in it. This runs off of hydraulic hoses. There is diesel in here, but that's what powers that's what the burner, the flame that is heating everything runs off of.
And everything else in here runs on hydraulic hoses. The PTO goes straight through the baler. It's not even, or through the steamer to the baler. It's not even doing anything with the steamer. And then there is where the steam comes out. Now, if this is your first time watching one of these YouTubes, you're wondering, what is a steamer used for? I know I'm just talking about it being humid and getting rain, but it is generally very hot and very dry here. Except last year we had a record of days over 110 degrees. So we cannot plan our inventory off of hoping we have a good year. Staley West has made this steamer to where it actually injects steam into the hay right as we're baling it, not before it, as it's going into the baler. And that helps keep leaf retention in the bale, which makes our hay contain a lot more leaf than it would if it was hot and dry. These are water tanks. This is where the water is held. Inside there is a big boiler.
So as it's picking it up, steam is going in. As it gets into the pickup head, steam is going in, and then back there, as it's being fed into the chamber, steam is going in. So 3 points of steam on
this baler, which is pretty cool. The big steamer actually has 4 points, but the small baler has a lot less space, so it doesn't need as many points of steam. As you can see, we can't see the cab of the tractor from here. Well, if you can't see the cab of the cab in the tractor can't see the baler. Here's one camera
that shows our pressure.
Coming to the back, here's another camera so we can see
if strings are breaking
on the bale, because as that bale comes out, if strings start breaking, we're not going to know.
There's a Gujic. Here's where it reads the moisture level
in the baler. There's another camera where the pickup head is. I should have shown this earlier. So we can see, make sure nothing's plugged up. There's two, one on each side. So I think that's all. There might be one more somewhere that I don't know about, but I think that's it. And like I said earlier, the PTO does not do anything to the steamer. It just runs straight through it to the baler. I was mentioning earlier, we rebuild our balers every year. However, in the past, we had 5 balers doing all the work. Now, 2 balers on steamers do most of the work, and then the 2 extras that aren't hooked up to steamers are for, they bail around the field before the steamers get there, and then they do cleanup. So 2 balers are doing 95% of the work. Are we, at the end of the year, how much are we going to have to replace? And are we going to need to phase out buying balers every 4,000 or 5,000 hours? Or are we going to need to do it, well, we can still do it over those, go by the hours, 4,000 hours, but these 2 balers are going to get to 4,000 hours a lot quicker than when we ran 5. So this is new to us. This is a new area. Are these balers going to make it through the season, and do we get 2 new ones? Do we rebuild these and we try to get 2 seasons out of them, 3 seasons out of them? We don't know yet. This will be a challenge, and this will be something we're gonna have to learn. So I don't know yet, but I'll give you an answer when I do know.
Thank you guys for watching this show. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It looks like this. It's a thumb that's pointing upwards, and then there's a subscribe button. If you click that, I really don't know what it does, but I think it just tells you when I have new videos out. And don't forget to check out the website, www.baleshay.com. We've got sweet t-shirts, sweet hats that I designed for the most part myself. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.